You check your bank account. Again. Your investments are up a little. Your savings are growing, slowly. But it still feels like you're crawling. Like no matter how disciplined you are, no matter how much you cut back, you're just not getting ahead fast enough. And then you see someone online say, I hit 200K and everything changed. And you think, wait, what? Because right now it feels like even getting to 50K is a grind. My name is Leonard, and I spend way too much time thinking about the $200,000 net worth turning point, why it accelerates. If you're someone who is saving consistently but feels like your money just isn't growing fast enough, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, here's the thing. Most people believe wealth grows in a straight line. You save, you invest, you wait, and eventually you get rich. That's not how it works. Wealth grows in phases, and there's a very specific point, around $200,000, where things start to feel different, faster, almost unfair. And today, I'm going to break down exactly why that happens, both mathematically and psychologically, and how you can get there faster. Part 1. The brutal truth about the first 100K. Let's just say it up front. The first 100K is painfully slow. And it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's because at that stage, you are the engine. Let me explain. Let's say you've saved $20,000 and you're investing it. If the market returns 10% in a year, that's $2,000. That's nice, but it's not life-changing. Now compare that to your income. If you earn $2,000 extra through a raise, side hustle, or job switch, you've just matched your investment returns. Which means, at low net worth levels, your effort matters more than your money. And that's why it feels slow, because every dollar has to come from you. Part 2. The 200K shift, where it starts getting interesting. Now let's fast forward. You've built your net worth to $200,000. Same market return, 10%. Now you're earning $20,000 per year passively. And here's what most people don't realize. At this point, your money is starting to contribute as much as you do. Let's say you're saving $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 a year. But your investments, they're generating $20,000. Your money is now working harder than you are. That's the turning point. Not because of some magical number, but because of proportion. Part 3. Why it feels like it suddenly speeds up. This is where it gets really interesting. Once your investments start generating more than your contributions, you enter a completely different phase. Let's break it down. At $50,000, 10% return is $5,000 a year. At $100,000, 10% return is $10,000 a year. Now watch this. From 0 to 100K, most people take years. But from 200K to 300K, that can happen much faster. Why? Because you're no longer starting from 0 each year. You're starting with momentum. It's like pushing a car. At the beginning, it's heavy. It barely moves. But once it starts rolling, you don't need nearly as much effort to keep it going. Part 4. The psychology that holds people back. Now let's talk about the real problem, because mathematically, this is straightforward. Psychologically, not even close. Here's what most people do. They get to 30K, 50K, maybe even 80K, and they think, is this even worth it? Because the results don't feel proportional to the effort. You're sacrificing, budgeting, saying no to things, and in return, you see a few $1,000s in growth. It doesn't feel exciting. So what happens? People quit right before the curve bends. They slow down their investing. They increase lifestyle spending. They stop taking it seriously. And they never reach the turning point. Part 5. The compounding illusion. Look, compounding is often explained in a way that sounds magical. Your money grows exponentially. Sure, but what they don't tell you is, it's backloaded, meaning most of the growth happens later, not earlier. Let me give you a simple example. You invest $1,000 per month at 10% return. After 5 years, you've contributed $60,000. Your portfolio is around $77,000. That's underwhelming. Now, after 15 years, you've contributed $180,000. Your portfolio is around $420,000. Now it's starting to feel real. And after 25 years, you've contributed $300,000. Your portfolio is over $1.2 million. Same behavior, completely different results. Part 6. Why 200K is the emotional threshold. Now you might be thinking, why 200K specifically? Why not 150K or 300K? Good question. The truth is, it's not a perfect number, but around 200K is where three things tend to happen simultaneously. 1. Your returns become visible. 20,000 plus yearly gains are noticeable. 2. Your confidence increases. You start believing this actually works. 3. Your behavior improves. You invest more consistently because you see results. It's a feedback loop. Success creates motivation. Motivation creates consistency. Consistency creates more success. Now, here's what I get slightly frustrated at, because I see this all the time. Someone reaches 150K, 180K, even 200K, and then they do something that resets their progress. They cash out investments for a car, upgrade their lifestyle too early, stop investing because they feel comfortable, and just like that, they kill the acceleration phase. Look, I'm not saying don't enjoy your money, but you have to understand what's happening. You're right at the point where the machine is about to run on its own, and you pull the plug. All right, so how do you actually get there? Let's keep this practical. 1. Increase your savings rate temporarily. Early on, this matters more than returns. If you can go from saving $500 a month to $1,000 a month, you don't just double your savings, you cut your timeline dramatically. Think of it like a launch phase. You're trying to build momentum as quickly as possible. 2. Focus on income first, investing second. At low net worth levels, your biggest lever is income. Negotiate your salary, build a side hustle. Switch jobs if needed, because adding $10,000 to your income early is far more powerful than squeezing an extra 1% return. 3. Automate everything. Remove decision-making. Set up automatic investments every month, because consistency beats intensity every time. 4. Ignore short-term market noise. This one is huge. At 50K or 100K, a market drop feels scary. But here's what most people don't realize. Volatility is the price of long-term growth. If you panic and sell, you delay reaching the turning point. 5. Protect the snowball. Once you're approaching 200K, your job changes. It's no longer just about building, it's about not interrupting the process. Avoid unnecessary withdrawals. Delay big lifestyle upgrades. Let the compounding do its thing. Part 9. The mindset shift that changes everything. Here's the mindset that separates people who make it past 200K and those who don't. They stop thinking in terms of effort and start thinking in terms of systems. Early on, I need to work harder. Later, I need my money to work harder. And eventually, my system works whether I'm paying attention or not. That's the goal. Why this matters more than you think? Look, the difference between someone who builds wealth and someone who doesn't isn't intelligence. It's not luck. It's not even income most of the time. It's whether they stick around long enough to hit the turning point. Because before 200K, it feels slow. After 200K, it starts to feel inevitable. And that's a completely different game. So if you're in that early phase right now, grinding, saving, investing, and wondering if it's even working, this is your reminder. You're closer than you think. Don't slow down right before things start accelerating. If this video helped you see the bigger picture, hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What's your current net worth and what's your next milestone? Because once you understand this, you stop chasing quick wins and start building something that actually lasts.